Family, back with another one. It's your boy D.T.A.S. You already know I'm coming in showing y'all some alien slash spiritual slash uplifting videos. So we about to get into it. I want to start off. If you new here, I want to say thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Go ahead and hit the follow if you want to follow and join the family. I want to keep this a knit family where we come together and just talk with our people. So this is the community I'm gonna build up. Appreciate you watching. If you old, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in all the time and coming back and watching me, and I appreciate you guys so much. So without further ado, I want to get into it. Start off with this. I like to start off with Bible study. I call it a little Bible study because we study in the Bible. It ain't nothing too, too spectacular or too, uh, how do you say, information driven, or you know what I mean. I'm just just going to get a little gospel for the day. Thank God for the day. He has something to show us every day. So I'm just with open arms and open minded, looking for the signs he shows me and stuff. So I find a lot of signs in the Bible, and I find a lot of peace and understanding in the Bible. So I just like to share that. I just like to share with the people that watch me and come to support me, um, what helps me. You know what I mean? So if you guys can find help or any type of insight in what I show you, then hey, more power to you. But other than that, we about to get into it. Let me go ahead and switch this screen real quick. All right, we into it. Shoot.
Soon after this, Jesus was going through towns and villages, telling the good news about God's kingdom. His 12 apostles were with him, and so were some women who had been healed of evil spirits and all sorts of diseases. One of the women was Mary Magdalene, who once had 7 demons in her. Joanna, Susanna, and many others had also used what they owned to help Jesus and his disciples. Joanna's husband, Cusa, was one of Herod's officials. When a large crowd from several towns had gathered around Jesus, he told them this story.
A farmer went out to scatter seed in a field. While the farmer was doing it, some of the seeds fell along the road and were stepped on or eaten by birds. Other seeds fell on rocky ground and started growing, but the plants did not have enough water and soon dried up. Some other seeds fell where thorn bushes grew up and choked the plants. The rest of the seeds fell on good ground, where they grew and produced 100 times as many seeds.
When Jesus had finished speaking, he said,
"If you have ears, pay attention."
Jesus' disciples asked him what the story meant. So he answered,
"I have explained the secrets about God's kingdom to you, but for others I can only use stories. These people look, but they don't see, and they hear, but they don't understand. This is what the story means. The seed is God's message, and the seeds that fell along the road are the people who hear the message. But the devil comes and snatches the message out of their hearts, so that they will not believe and be saved. The seeds that fell on rocky ground are the people who gladly hear the message and accept it.
Did I hear that right?
Snatches the message out of are the people who hear. The seed is God's message, and the seeds that fell along the road are the people who hear the message. But the devil comes and snatches the message out of their hearts, so that they will not believe and be saved.
That is so true. That's wild and true. And the only reason I say that is because God puts the seeds, which are the word, his word, in front of you. He puts all these messages in front of you, and the devil comes and throws doubt and confusion in into your mind, like doubting based off of the flesh and what you've seen and experienced, your experiences, because the devil can put experiences into you or into your life to make you seem or think that what's being told to you from God or that's anything positive isn't so. And it's wild because I've experienced that a lot, like in life, just being doubtful and not understanding until I looked for understanding and asked for understanding, and then God gave me understanding. So it's just wild to even to just go through the Bible and hear some verses I never heard before, and then it's like I just feel that like, dang, that's wild. Like metaphors just hit you like, dang, God's giving you seeds and the devil's like picking them up like, nope, no seeds for you.
The seeds that fell on rocky ground are the people who gladly hear the message and accept it. But they don't have deep roots, and they believe only for a little while. As soon as life gets hard, they give up. The seeds that fell among the thorn bushes are also people who hear the message, but they are so eager for riches and pleasures that they never produce anything. Those seeds that fell on good ground are the people who listen to the message and keep it in good and honest hearts. They last and produce a harvest. No one lights a lamp and puts it under a bowl or under a bed. A lamp is always put on a lampstand so that people who come into a house will see the light.
That's
There is
facts.
nothing hidden that will not be found. There is no secret that will not be well known. Pay attention to how you listen. Everyone who has something will be given more, but people who have nothing will lose what little they think they have.
Jesus' mother and brothers went to see him, but because of the crowd, they could not get near him. Someone told Jesus,
"Your mother and brothers are standing outside and want to see you."
Jesus answered,
My mother and my brothers are those people who hear and obey God's message.
One day Jesus and his disciples got into a boat, and he said,
Let's cross the lake.
They started out, and while they were sailing across, he went to sleep. Suddenly, a windstorm struck the lake, and the boat started sinking. They were in danger, so they went to Jesus and woke him up.
Master, Master, we're about to drown.
Jesus got up and ordered the wind and waves to stop. They obeyed, and everything was calm. Then Jesus asked the disciples,
Don't you have any faith?
but they were frightened and amazed. They said to each other,
Who is this? He can give orders to the wind and the waves, and they obey him.
Jesus and his disciples sailed across Lake Galilee and came to shore near the town of Gerasa. As Jesus was getting out of the boat, he was met by a man from that town. The man had demons in him. He had gone naked for a long time and no longer lived in a house, but in the graveyard. The man saw Jesus and screamed. He kneeled down in front of him and shouted,
Jesus, Son of God in heaven, what do you want with me? I beg you not to torture me.
He said this because Jesus had already told the evil spirit to go out of him. The man had often been attacked by the demon, and even though he had been bound with chains and leg irons and kept under guard, he smashed whatever bound him. Then the demon would force him out into lonely places. Jesus asked the man,
What is your name?
He answered,
My name is Lots.
He said this because there were lots of demons in him. They begged Jesus not to send them to the deep pit, where they would be punished. On a hillside not far from there, a large herd of pigs was feeding. So the demons begged Jesus to let them go into the pigs, and Jesus let them go. Then the demons left the man and went into the pigs. The whole herd rushed down the steep bank into the lake and drowned. When the men taking care of the pigs saw this, they ran to spread the news in the town and on the farms. The people went out to see what had happened. And when they came to Jesus, they also found the man. The demons had gone out of him, and he was sitting there at the feet of Jesus. He had clothes on and was in his right mind, but the people were terrified. Then all who had seen the man healed told about it. Everyone from around Gerasa begged Jesus to leave because they were so frightened. When Jesus got into the boat to start back, the man who had been healed begged to go with him. But Jesus sent him on and said,
Go back home and tell everyone how much God has done for you.
The man then went all over town, telling everything that Jesus had done for him. Everyone had been waiting for Jesus, and when he came back, a crowd was there to welcome him. Just then, the man in charge of the Jewish meeting place came and kneeled down in front of Jesus. His name was Jairus, and he begged Jesus to come to his home because his 12-year-old child was dying. She was his only daughter. While Jesus was on his way, people were crowding all around him. In the crowd was a woman who had been bleeding for 12 years. She had spent everything she had on doctors, but none of them could make her well. As soon as she came up behind Jesus and barely touched his clothes, her bleeding stopped.
Who touched me?
Jesus asked. While everyone was denying it, Peter said,
Master, people are crowding all around and pushing you from every side.
but Jesus answered,
Someone touched me because I felt power going out from me.
The woman knew that she could not hide, so she came trembling and kneeled down in front of Jesus. She told everyone why she had touched him and that she had been healed right away. Jesus said to the woman,
You are now well because of your faith. May God give you peace.
While Jesus was speaking, someone came from Jairus' home and said,
Your daughter has died. Why bother the teacher anymore?
When Jesus heard this, he told Jairus,
Don't worry. Have faith and your daughter will get well.
Jesus went into the house, but he did not let anyone else go with him, except Peter, John, James, and the girl's father and mother. Everyone was crying and weeping for the girl, but Jesus said,
The child is not dead. She is just asleep.
The people laughed at him because they knew she was dead. Jesus took hold of the girl's hand and said,
Child, get up.
She came back to life and got right up. Jesus told them to give her something to eat. Her parents were surprised, but Jesus ordered them not to tell anyone what had happened.
Dang, boy. Jesus, powerful being. I think I'm gonna start with this video.
Well, gang, it looks like we got another camping situation, everybody. Hide your kids, hide your wives while you're at it. Tuck yourselves in the blankets real quick, and also double check and make sure you have locked your doors down, because I don't think you have.
I hate when he does that. I be
If you
looking like,
have,
who's
please,
knocking?
You don't have to subscribe. I post random stuff, but if you want to, feel free to drop a like. Shout out to Mystery Man. Let's get out with it. Roll it. Feel free to drop a like. Shout out to Mystery Man. Let's get out with it. Roll it.
Two friends were exploring the woods at night with only a flashlight and a camera.
Bad
As
idea.
they walked along a dirt path, something strange caught their attention. When they aimed their flashlights to the right, they saw a misty figure that vanished almost instantly. The eerie figure was visible for only a brief moment before disappearing. The friends remained baffled by what they saw and captured on camera.
Oof. Yeah, it gotta be a chupacabra or chupabozo, bro.
This photo was taken in the woods of Sea Pines, Hilton Head, during a family
Can you see it?
disappearing. The eerie figure was visible for only a brief moment before disappearing. The friends remained baffled by what they saw and
Oh,
captured
shit.
on camera.
Oof. Yeah.
It
it
could have
gotta
just
be
been
a
from the.
chupacabra
That could have just been from the lands. Who knows? But hey,
or chupabozo, bro.
something's always
This
watching
photo
you.
was
So
taken in the woods of
you know.
Sea Pines, Hilton Head, during a family hiking trip. When the family later shared the photos on Facebook, commenters pointed out a creepy figure in the background. The ghostly figure appears to resemble a little girl in a white dress. Other commenters even remarked, I do see a girl with her head tilted. First thing I thought
this
it
was
looks like
oh,
she's
Alien
hanging.
and Ghost.
What others believe is
Skinwalker's
just an
barefoot
illusion
camping
created
trip.
by light and shadows.
Yeah,
I'm here
it's
for the
probably
aliens.
pareidolia.
I'm not.
Her horse
I'm not here for the fucking ghost stories.
What the hell was that?
things suddenly
So,
and thought
Ah.
it looks
Hanging?
like she's hanging.
Gotta watch
What
it though.
others believe it's just an illusion created by light and shadows.
yeah, it's probably pareidolia, though. Right.
A woman was riding her horse on a forest trail when suddenly her horse froze, sensing something unusual. Then the forest fell eerily silent before a blood-curdling scream pierced the air.
What the hell was that? Oh, that don't look good. You might want to start pressing X. Press X to run. Yo. Tranquilo. That's somebody's grandpa for sure.
Some speculate it could have been a mountain
The
lion.
horse didn't
whose
look.
screams resemble.
Did the horse look like it was in any panic? That horse looked like it was told to go, and it was just galloping through the nobody was rushing. That video, come on now, come on. I'm not even gonna say nothing. Waste my breath.
Or perhaps a fox known for its startling mating calls. Others suggest
Startling mating calls. Okay, bro. Okay. It sounded like somebody's grandpa just yelling for it. Grandpa, was that you? I think it was grandpa.
paranormal explanations, like a Wendigo or Banshee, especially considering the horse's reaction. The woman and her horse.
She told the horse to go.
Both feeling an
She said, "Come on,
unsettling
go,
sense of
go,
unease.
let's go."
Yeah.
She probably looked at him too. Let's go.
Relaxing
Get
on a
up.
book in a peaceful wooded area, something truly unexpected happened.
I'm just reading a book. And
A bear appeared nearby, but to his surprise, the bear wasn't alone.
Oh, I'd have been
Both the
shitting
user and the
myself.
bears remained calm, and nobody was harmed.
Mama bear, I don't fuck with mama bears.
While reviewing this game camera
Holy.
footage, this Reddit user came across a chilling image taken on rural land in Washington state.
This right here?
The photo shows what appears to be a mysterious figure standing between two deer. The area's history adds to the mystery, as the mountain was once the site of an extensive coal mining operation in the late 1800s. The figure does not appear in any other nighttime photos from the same camera, prompting speculation.
Yeah, because initially I was thinking this is probably what it was referring to, but then it's like, you see it right here. Damn. Why is it always like either black clothes or white clothes or transparent but white clothes or black clothes? Bruh. Yeah, like, it's always...
Maybe we just can't see the color in the dimension they're in. That's the only color that phases through. We don't fucking know.
Like
Go ask them.
Like that.
Some believe it could be a simple trick.
Maybe
of
they like
light
white and
or
black.
motion
Shit.
blur, while others suggest
Evil
it could be something
and good. I
more
don't know.
paranormal.
Shit.
Yeah,
A
perhaps
ghost
twat.
tied to the land's mining history.
Probably a twat.
A man was driving through a forested area on his way to enjoy a peaceful winter hike when something unexpected happened.
Oh man, okay, that don't look good. It's running from some. Oh, yo, hey, whoa, chill, bro, tranquilo, man. Holy fuck! Yo, chill.
Bitch ass nigga.
Yo, it's
Back
a
up,
cat,
nigga.
It's not a cat, but it looks like a cat.
Nigga, run up on that nigga.
Suddenly
Lynx,
approached.
lynx,
He ran up
lynx,
on that
man.
nigga.
That's a lynx. Come on, man. It's a weird creature, like a cat and I believe a lion, kind of mixed together.
His truck
No.
and attempted to attack
It's just
him.
a wild cat.
Thankfully, the man was safe as his window was rolled up.
You said a
This is
cat,
not to
a cat and a lion. That's a cat and a lion, nigga. If you'd have said a mountain lion, would have been like a cat and a lion. That's a big ass house cat. That's just a little ass wild cat, nigga. That motherfucker is about the size of my. That's it, smaller than my dogs. Let me see.
be aggressive towards humans unless they feel threatened, which makes the
Yeah, that nigga's smaller than my fucking pit bulls, bro. That nigga's nowhere close to a lion. A lion, nigga? No.
behavior all the more.
Nigga said mixed with a lion and a house cat.
Yeah, I mean, got a BBL, nice BBL right there, Lynx.
Hiking in southern Western
Yeah,
Australia.
you're about to get
a couple
unsubscribed,
was caught
buddy.
In a sudden thunderstorm on their way back to their car. They noticed the woman's hair standing on end and decided to record a video.
I don't know, let's go back to the car though.
Yeah, run to the car.
This is so weird.
Static electricity.
Run to
You're
the car.
outside. It's
No,
raining.
no, no.
You about to get hit with electricity, nigga.
They
You better
discovered
get your
that
ass
the
inside.
is a serious warning sign of an imminent lightning strike.
Right.
Hair standing up indicates a strong electrical charge building in the air, signaling that a strike could occur within moments. In such cases, it's critical to seek shelter immediately in a building
What
or
I
a
say?
metal vehicle.
I want to be
Fortunately,
talking.
the couple was lucky
Shit's
they
good.
weren't struck, despite how close they were to danger.
Yeah, man. Bro,
Facts.
if you feel that, if you experience that, just run for your life. Just run. Forget everything.
Don't run. Don't run.
Just run.
Don't listen to him. Do not listen to this nigga. Do not run because you're gonna when you run, your energy, nigga. If you run, you're gonna conduct more energy. Do not run. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Yo ass gonna run it. mid step, nigga. Your ass gonna get hit with that electric bolt, nigga.
Run. I mean, don't pause. Pause everything that you are doing at that time. Run. Okay, get some cover, and yeah, wait for it.
All right, run if you want to.
A man was
We'll
exploring
fuck around
the
and
forest
find
at
out.
night, and things immediately felt off, as
Cold
if he
cyclist.
wasn't entirely alone.
What
When he
the hell?
reviewed his footage later, he noticed a strangely shaped wisp of smoke flying past the camera out of nowhere.
It looks like a ghost on an electric scooter. Yeah.
The smoke seemed out of place. As he slowed the footage down, he realized it wasn't smoke at all, but a pale, ghostly figure moving at lightning speed.
Or what if somebody was around the corner just rolling their fat doobies and they were like, okay, let me let a puff out, let me let a big one out. Or perhaps a bear farted. You never know.
Almost as if
He be making sense, and then he just loses me. He just loses me every time.
Cyclist. While driving home on an isolated road late one night, this person accidentally captured something terrifying on camera. They had noticed a figure in white standing on the right side of the road, but weren't sure if it was real or just their imagination. When they later reviewed the footage, a pale figure appeared at the 23-second mark, clearly visible on the right side of the road. Who or what could be standing there in such a remote location so late at night?
Man,
That didn't look like a person, though.
It's blurry, bro. The second it becomes good,
I be trying to look around the corner
videos are
like,
always-
I can't even see. It's not getting no better the more I turn. But that shit don't look like a person. Like, I don't know.
it's blurry. The second we have something looking, let's just say, decent enough, the videos are blurry, man. Why? And why always they gotta wear white clothes like that? It's always like a chick with white clothes, open hair, and you know what I'm saying? You gotta lock yourselves.
Who is it?
lock yourselves.
Who is it? Knock on my window. Oh shit, bro! I think there's this damn video, bro. I went outside, it's all cold and shit. Oh, you're tripping! Like, who just knocked on my damn window? Let me listen to this shit again.
They gotta wear white, decent enough, The videos are blurry, man. Why? And why always they gotta wear white clothes?
That shit sounded like it
It's
was
always
right
like a chick
here.
with white clothes, open hair, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, lock yourselves, guys.
Bro,
Lock
I
yourselves.
need
Check
to
your doors,
keep a
man.
headphone off, bro. That shit sounded too
How is this
real.
like that?
A homeowner living deep
This
in the
motherfucker.
woods set up a security camera to capture wildlife, but ended up recording something unexpected. The footage showed a ghostly, semi-transparent figure moving far faster than any human could walk. But slowing it down, it had the exact shape of a person. The homeowner found hard to believe anyone would be out there, running through the woods at such a late hour in the middle of nowhere. Was it just a person, or could it have been a ghost?
I would say Usain Bolt, bruh. Like,
What if
that guy
somebody was
Usain
running in the
Or
forest and
perhaps
that's how I caught it. I don't know.
Cryptid.
Aliens! Aliens!
A man was asked to look after his friend's forest property while they were away. After hearing strange noises and recalling unsettling stories from neighbors, he decided to set up trail cameras. One day while reviewing the footage, he spotted a large, furry, bipedal creature walking near the fence in broad daylight.
Damn.
The creature
That's a
seemed to
big
appear
man.
every
Oh,
day around the same.
Yeah, that's not a man, bro. I almost said that's a man. That looks like a... It's not a chupa bozo. It's a big bozo. Bigfoot, big bozo. Yeah, right. Sheesh.
That could be something.
Yeah, it looks like a Bigfoot. Or perhaps a man dressed up in bear clothing.
Time. Curious and unsettled, the man quickly confronted it, yelling for it to reveal itself. In
But he didn't
response,
take
the creature
a
bolted
video,
away
just a
so
picture?
quickly that he was certain it wasn't human. Though it was never seen again, strange occurrences continued on the property. Of course, we may never know truly how much of this story is real.
Because on the other side, it looks like a human. It looks like a man, a tall man. Like Big Shaq.
That's
perhaps,
probably
right?
hilarious.
Like Shaq. But here, it looks like, yeah, like probably Bigfoot or either a man just dressed up in bear clothing.
While out hiking, a couple stumbled upon a well-preserved limb. Intrigued, they took photos and soon realized it didn't appear to belong to any known animal.
Look at the toes. See that we have toes that hook. They've got joints on them. They have a long nail, a long pointed nail. This is not very old. It's hardly decayed.
That's a bone, right?
And look at the ball of the foot. It's obviously been walking barefooted always. Never wore shoes. But the skin
Bruh.
goes right up here. And let's take a look at the leg. So let's see. The bone looks pretty. But this is pretty old looking. That looks like it's fairly.
Yeah. Damn, man.
After sharing the pictures online, many speculated it could be from a juvenile Bigfoot. The couple reached out to Dr. Melba Ketchum, known for testing DNA from alleged Bigfoot samples. As far as anyone knows, they're still waiting for answers.
Yeah, good luck. They probably, if they found something, they won't tell you. Or they will tell somebody, and that somebody will make sure that you never get to hear. Yeah, that's like Uncle USA coming in, you know, or the Dark Ops coming in, or Uncle Lockheed coming in, right? But yeah, good luck with the results.
What do you think it could be?
Yeah, that don't look like a chupa bozo.
A team set out to investigate Ferrari Farms, location infamous for
Skinwalker?
paranormal activity and legends of skinwalkers from Navajo folklore. During their exploration, they experienced unsettling events, including strange animal behavior and disembodied voices, convincing them that spirits might be present.
So if you want to give us that sign that you are here, then come on.
Hey, whoa.
Please.
That looks like a man.
What'd you just hear? Branch just broken. That was a thick ass branch.
At one point, eerie rustling sounds emerged from the woods. While they didn't see anything at the time, their camera later revealed an unexplainable figure moving nearby.
So you're telling me that they did not see it? They perhaps heard it and like saw the bushes pause. They saw the bush pause. So they saw they saw the bushes kind of like moving, right? But they did not see it. Interesting.
Figure appeared to have a face and a human-like body.
Yeah, it does
but
look like a
if it was
human.
actually human,
1 second.
That's not so sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, man, it probably like a, oh, what's a gray alien? Perhaps a gray alien, right? A gray bozo.
Reddit user Economy Station 4577 shared an intriguing trail cam image, claiming it captures the apparition of their recently deceased horse. The faint, ghostly figure resembles the shape of a horse perfectly and only appears for a split second in the frame. What other explanation could there be for this strange sighting?
Sheesh.
In the forests of Oregon, a trail camera captured something extraordinary. A dark, furry creature standing among the trees. However, what made the sighting even more intriguing was a smaller figure, possibly a baby, clinging to its back. Could this suggest that Bigfoot has family groups and social behaviors similar to humans? Or is it simply a bear with the image distorted by a trick of the eye?
Yeah, oh man, we need like Brock Lesnar or Undertaker right now. The Phenom, the Undertaker, to compete with this thing, man. Yeah, we need the Undertaker to drop like Tombstone pile drivers. We need the prime Undertaker. We need the prime Undertaker to beat this beat this big bozo out there, bro. Otherwise, there's no chance.
A man set up a camera near his cabin in the woods, pointing toward his gate. One morning, the camera detected motion and captured a strange photo. Through a small gap in the gate, an eerie face can be seen, almost human, but not quite. The face appears to notice the camera, and in the next frame, it's gone. What exactly it was remains an unsolved mystery.
Bro. Stop doing that. Fuck, bro. I keep thinking someone's at my wink. He sounding like somebody's right here because it's only on the right ear. And it's some of my window is right here, and I just keep hearing do-do-do. Boy, I would get mad. Like, who the fuck is knocking on my window instead of going to the door? Fuck. This nigga's getting to me, bro. I swear.
It's gone. What exactly it was remains an unsolved mystery. While returning from a hike in the park, a group of friends stumbled upon something unbelievable.
Fuck. Probably an animal would be. Oh, crap. Yo, run. Okay, I'll see myself out.
How the nigga get? How the fuck the bear get in the car with the door closed? That's crazy. I'd have just gave him the keys. Like, that's your shit, nigga. What the fuck? You got it. Hey, nigga. What the fuck I'm gonna do?
Man, he was
that's like a whole bear. These white niggas open the door and let him out. Fuck that.
A bear had somehow made its way into the car and was sitting inside.
I hate a car.
The fact that he got scared that easily, fake bear. Fake. The fact that he got scared that easily, nah, man, you're a fake bear, bro. Come on, man. But I guess in a situation like that, you can either choose to run, but running is probably the last resort. I'm not an expert. I mean, they say try to appear big or scream, and I guess like there were at least three people, I would say, all of them started screaming. So I guess that's why the bear got afraid.
Luckily, when they opened the door, the bear quickly ran off into the forest, and everyone managed to escape unharmed.
But how do you get in a car and lock yourselves? Like what? How?
Right?
How'd you get inside?
Paranormies, a YouTube channel known for exploring haunted places, visited an abandoned farm after receiving chilling tips from viewers. The original family living there disappeared without a trace, and afterwards, locals claimed to hear strange voices and see figures moving in the dark rooms of the house. As they prepared to enter the house, they briefly filmed the upstairs window, where residents had reported seeing a strange figure.
Oh, this should be good. This better be good. Paranormies is the name.
So it's got to be that window?
Oh,
maybe that window, Barn. Shine the light back here.
Yeah.
Go, Johnny.
Yo, Johnny.
If you look closely, something terrifying can be seen.
Where? I mean, it's so shaky, you
a
cannot...
mysterious hand moving in the corner of the window. Once inside, they set up their equipment.
Okay, yeah, so I kind of want to set up a camera in that corner there, and I want to set up a camera either in this corner or...
Yeah. This guy definitely plays Rainbow Six Siege.
Hey, whoa! Stop. Dude, what was that? Shots fired, shots fired. Bang from upstairs. What? I gotta reload. I need to reload. Cover me, I'm reloading. Are you okay? Are you okay?
To their shock, a table began moving on its own, followed by a loud bang. Who or what could...
Yo, the way that table moves, man, that... Okay, any wires there? Any wires?
Its own, followed by a loud bang. Who or what could be lurking on the farm? Or was it all just a setup? Unfortunately, the true history of the farm remains a mystery.
It's hard to trust YouTubers, bro, I'll say that much, but like, if real, that was crazy.
At dawn, a family living in a remote forest woke up to find their yard in a mess. Curious, they checked their security footage and were shocked by what they saw. At first, the intruder looked like a bear, but on closer inspection, it appeared to be a strange wolf-like creature with some human-like features. What made it even creepier was there had been a full moon there the night before, leading some to wonder if it could be a werewolf. The family posted a video online.
Pause this shit, bro. You should see that shit. That nigga walking by the camera and said... The nigga was walking this way, but looking this way. Oh my god, that is hilarious, bro. People are guts.
Woke up to find their yard in a mess. Curious, they checked their security footage and were shocked by what they saw. At first, the intruder looked like a bear, but on closer inspection, it appeared to be a strange wolf.
Never closes his mouth.
With some human-like features. What made it even creepier was there had been a full moon before, leading some to wonder if it could be a werewolf. The family posted a video.
Oh shit! People are sitting here. Oh my god, what was that? Like, are you for real, my nigga? The nigga's mouth. It was a fucking mask, bro. Come on, let's be real.
Remote forest woke up.
I'm gonna pause that shit on that shit.
Curious, they checked their security footage and were shocked by what
Look
they
at
saw.
this dumb
At first,
shit.
the intruder looked like a bear, but on closer inspection, it appeared to be a strange wolf-like creature with some
Mouth open the whole time.
Like features. What
Still open. Still open. Never closes his mouth. No head movements. Just. It's a damn mask, bruh.
Full moon there the night before, leading some to wonder if it could be a werewolf. The family posted the video online.
People don't have
hoping
nothing to
someone could
post.
explain
That's
the
crazy.
strange sight.
Yeah, aliens!
This family was enjoying a peaceful.
Now, do you guys believe in werewolves still? No, I don't think werewolves, but yeah, it looked like it. It looked like it. At least the face. Perhaps a man dressed for
their daughter and accusing the family of breaking the law by bringing a dog into the woods.
Bro.
She even questioned their nationality.
Bro, chill, damn it, chill, man. Karen out here.
The family remained calm and tried to continue their hike.
No, she doesn't need to know where our car is. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Why are you giving a position? Why are you giving your intel away? Why are you giving information away like that? Why? This is why I say, man, hide your kids, hide your wives, man. Like, they be...
Because people are kids. And right now, she's in kid mode. She getting yelled at. And she's not an adult. She's just... She's just sitting there getting... Where's your car? You need to get out of here. Oh, my car's over there. You're a whole... You drove here. How the fuck you gonna tell me where my car... I'm let it go. Let it go.
They be sneaking or not sneaking. They be...
Let it go.
What's the word? What's the word? There's no snitching. They be snitching, though. Do not snitch on yourself like that. And with Karen, what I was gonna say, they really are the last boss fight. Last boss. Final boss fight.
Can't be in this country?
Excuse me? Did you say that I can be in this country and do this? Look at your heritage and go back to where your heritage came from. You guys are just breaking the law. You're breaking the law.
Oh, yeah? You need to mind your business.
Okay,
Good.
Do you want to give me your name?
What? Why don't you give me your name?
Sure.
What's your name?
My name is Steph.
What's your name?
My name is Steph. And then go back to where you came from.
Oh, okay, so she realized she's on camera and now she's gonna peace out. Yeah, her voice all of a sudden started like, yeah, my name is Beth. You know, so all of a sudden she got...
Well, you guys saw that, right? She said we can't be in this country.
Bruh.
Even though I was born here. Even though my parents were born here.
So action even more bizarre and unsettling. While hiking in Thailand, a group of men heard strange sounds coming from the ground beneath them and decided to investigate.
Yeah, let's get there. Let's get the goal. Let's get the... They got Modern Warfare 2 background music? Yeah. Oh my god. Real sound effect or real sound or sound effect? Whoa. Yeah. Is it a snake? Yeah, oh my god, it's jumping like a monkey there. He pressed X and jump. Holy crap. Is it stuck here, or do snakes usually do that? Because I mean, I'm not a snake, so I don't know, right? Looks like that's another one. It looks like it's a cluster of them. Yo, be careful, dog. Bro, chill. Holy crap. Oh my god. Yeah, like lots of them inside.
To his shock, he and his friend uncovered an underground nest of cobras. The terrifying sight left him shaken, but also intrigued, sparking a newfound hobby of snake hunting.
Yeah, some people do like steal and not steal, but necessarily they sell snakes on black market, right?
I thought it was gonna be some bullshit.
They smuggle them, right? Thoughts? Guys, check out this video on the screen. This was the last episode I've done, and we had so many sightings indeed.
Nah, you let me down. There's supposed to be aliens in there. Straight cap.
Individual videos about aliens and UFOs before AI was invented. AI, I would say, mainstream has been around since 2023, and look how far we've come in just 2 years. But technically speaking, AI has been around since 1956. It was invented by a Professor John McCarthy. He basically wanted to create a machine that could play with checkers, and he basically named it artificial intelligence. So although these videos aren't before 1956, what I'm trying to get at is they are going to be difficult to fake in comparison of what you could do nowadays, okay? Now, a lot of these still haven't debunked. Some of them, I'm not too sure. I haven't looked into the history of all of them. However, they look very intriguing. And the thing is, what I'd have to remind you is some of these videos you might think are fake. However, if we put something in front of you which was real, would you still think it was fake? Well, just listen to this video. I think it explains it. This is not one of the 10 videos, but just quickly, this explains why some people would just not, no matter what proof you give them, will not agree that they're UFOs or aliens.
You ever notice how some people refuse to believe in UFOs no matter how much evidence is out there? There's a psychological reason for that, and it might not be what you think. So let's talk about it. See, it's not just about being skeptical. It's actually about how our brains are wired. There's something called cognitive dissonance, and that's when new information completely clashes with what we already believe, and our brain tries to protect us by rejecting it. And then there's something called the Semmelweis reflex, which is basically when people dismiss new ideas just because they don't match the accepted narrative. Sounds familiar, right? Because let's be real, UFOs have been made into a joke for decades. That's called the giggle factor. It makes people afraid to take it seriously because no one wants to sound crazy. But here's the wild part. What if some people reject UFO evidence not because they don't actually believe it, but because deep down they do? And the idea that we're not alone is just too much for them to handle. What do you think?
I saw that a while ago, and I thought that was an interesting video because sometimes, is it like banging your head against the wall? Will people just not believe no matter what proof or evidence you put in front of them? And I'm sure there's going to be people in the comments now literally typing, no Ben, I just want real proof. I want real evidence. And you're going to get some saying, number 3, number 2, number 1 was debunked. That's fake. It's clearly this. Or is it? Or is that you just not wanting to believe? I want to believe! Anyway, let's get into the top 10. Don't take that too... I don't want you to get all defensive over that, okay? Because you're probably not one of those people, okay? You're probably a very open-minded individual that wants to believe if you get enough proof. Don't get too offended. Okay, so the first video, although I've shown you before many moons ago, it keeps on getting sent to me. And to this day, people have still not managed to debunk it or have a half-decent explanation of what it could be other than a UFO with E.T. in the cockpit. Now, that sentence alone just sounds so far-fetched. A UFO and you can actually see E.T.s in the cockpit. But believe me, when you see this video, you'll understand. It was in Istanbul around about 2008. Check this out.
Yine buldum ben. Yine buldum. Yine buldum onu. Lan nedir bu lan ya? Arkadaş nedir?
4 in the morning?
Böyle bir şey var mı?
Oh shit. There's people moving in there. Oh shit.
Allah kahretsin. Bu ne ya? Vay 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 vay.
What? Nah. Oh, looks like something. Nah. Do y'all see that? Where would that head be at? Where would they have zoomed in at? Right there in the middle? This is like some Dragon Ball Z shit. This is like Frieza's uncle about to come whoop some. Like, what the fuck is this? Is that a scanner on his eye? What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? This is what they saying the nigga looks like, which is cap. That nigga look like a demon, for sure. That's wild. What do y'all think? I don't know. Wait, what's that on his face? What is glowing? A symbol. What? What if this white dude right? We just in denial. That shit's real, and we just don't want to believe it. Yeah, that's crazy though. I don't know what's on his face though, if that is real.
So what do you think of that, mate? For me, I think that is it's so genuine. I think that, like, no one's come forward and said it's fake yet. People have just tried to analyze this left, right, center, willy-nilly, and no one's come up with any sort of logical explanation other than, yes, it's a UAP with an ET. Now, questionably, the ET in the cockpit could have been some sort of optical illusion with like reflections and stuff on the glass, on the window, whatever it was. Maybe, but you still can't argue that's an amazing video. Now here's a video that is very short, but it's very intriguing. It's a family just taking a quick snapshot, a quick video in Japan, and something just flies over their head, which is like your stereotypical UFO saucer.
It was going a little slow, but oh no, it was going pretty fast. It was getting caught frame by frame like that.
Just going back to the beginning where, like, you know, people might be in denial of what they're actually seeing, and will damn like refuse that it's a UFO. Just looked into comments, and one individual said it's a bird. That this is a bird. Have you ever seen any bird that looks like that before? No, me neither. Anyway, now talking about AI, this video, in fact, my wife sent me because I thought it was so interesting. This is one which I'm.
Oh shit.
Seeing is a bird. Have you ever seen any bird that looks like that before? So clear that it can't be real. It can't be. It's too clear. It's too cliche. So this is why I said to it at the beginning of the video, if I was to give you real footage, would we just say that it's not real because it's too clear? Can we ever be happy? Listen to this, what this E.T. says about artificial intelligence. Now, whether you think that's real or fake, like I say, I'm sort of a little bit skeptical of it, just because of the mouth movements, but who am I to say? Like, you know, it looks a little bit like that, but like, I've never seen an alien that might talk like that, okay? You know? And with the voice and everything. But why I wanted to show you is because of the context of what this ET was talking about, how AI is going to be the killer of civilization, right? The killer of Earth. Because that is what a lot of people are thinking about AI. When AI gets so powerful, it no longer needs humans, or it can just turn into a sentient where it just keeps on learning by itself, doesn't need anything, connects with other AIs, and just becomes like this mother brain, right? That can just do anything, connect with anything, be anything. That's a scary concept. Now, this one I've shown you recently is John Lennon talking about the UFO that he saw in New York. And now, like I say, I've shown it recently, but I just thought, you know, with that type of individual, like, he doesn't have to lie for fame. He doesn't have to lie for fortune, for monetary gain. You know, he's got a lot to sort of lose with coming out and saying this. He's a public figure, right? So take a listen to this. John Lennon talking about the UFO that he saw in New York.
Up there, I saw a UFO, and it went down the river, turned right at the United Nations, turn left, and then down the river. It wasn't a helicopter, and it wasn't a balloon, and it was so near.
And it looked what sort of round, white,
just like,
luminescent, and silent.
Silent, and it looked dark, like black or grey in the middle, and had white lights, just looked like light bulbs, you know? Just going off, on, blink, 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 round the bottom, and on top was a red light.
It's amazing, isn't it? The stereotypical UFO, you know, and there's still the question of like, why would a UFO need lights? Well, you know, I don't know. Like, the answer is I don't know, and not many people do know. Maybe people have their theories, but basically what I'm trying to say is...
Maybe communication. Maybe that's how they communicate. Like, they send signals and shit. I don't fucking know.
So many sightings of these
lights,
UFOs,
bro.
and they
Shit.
have lights. Let's just forget about that. These UFOs have lights. Whether they need them, they don't need them. Whether they're trying to look more human-like, or it's a message of some sort. Whatever, they have lights. Let's get over it, shall we? So this interview here, this next interview with this lady, when I listened to this, it just blew my mind. She's talking about an ET talking to her about the human race, okay, and Earth. It's absolutely crazy. And again, whether you believe it or not, just listen to this. It's phenomenal.
And the ETs say, this is most amazing because they don't forget. They said, you're the only planet that forgets when they come in, have to find their way back. And I asked them one time when we were doing the sessions, why this happens. Wouldn't it be better if we remembered our contracts, if we remembered our plan of what we were supposed to be doing? They said it wouldn't be a test if you knew the answers. But this is the hardest school in the universe.
But what's their test then?
They've already done it. They have much easier lives than we do. This is the most challenging planet in the universe. You come here, you come prepared to really learn a lot, and it's very, very difficult. Not everybody chooses to come here.
So are you saying our future lives possibly could be on other planets where you don't need to go through such tough challenges?
Well, you've already been on them before anyway.
So why would a soul want to come de-evolve then if it's coming here? Is de-evolve? Is it
No,
de-evolve?
it's not.
coming
It's
here,
just a
or?
different form. We learn a lot by coming here because it is so challenging. There's so much you have to learn that it's very hard. They said they greatly admire anyone who takes on the Earth's challenge.
But that's just like what I took from that, or what I think.
Bro, doesn't that like make sense though? Fuck, bro, that's like. I bet there's a lot of people who regret taking on the Earth challenge. Oh, yeah. Here to learn.
Think that maybe what the test is a test of spiritual growth. And this might be, you know, I might be a little bit biased at the moment because I'm going through this spiritual sort of journey. But I think that because there is such a battle of good versus evil on this planet, right? It's so much division, so much divide.
Bro. Hypothetically, I'm just spitballing. Don't take me serious. Or do. Hey, whatever you want to do. But I'm not being 100% serious. I'm just thinking. Right. What if our soul, our spirit was in heaven, or wherever we're God, wherever the creator is at, it was with him, and he's sitting there talking to all these souls, and all these souls are trying to plead to him how they're worthy, or that they truly love him, like deep down, like, and it's like, all right, well, go to heaven or go to earth where you can't remember anything and show me. Like, there's people down there that are showing me that they love me through action and living for me without even knowing what's to come. And a lot of people aren't. So if you truly are feeling what you say you are, I'm just spitballing, I'm just making shit up, but that'd be wild though. Like, we told God, like, yeah, send me down there. I'm gonna prove to you, I'm gonna prove to you I'm worthy, and then come down here. Don't be in, coach. Get me in there. I swear. As soon as I'm gonna be, you already know. As soon as I get in there, coach, put me in the game. Coming in the game, shooting straight ducats. Psych. Nope. Air balls, nigga, all day. Air. Interception. Steal. Double dribbles. All you can't ball. You came down here, thought you could ball, thought you knew it all, and couldn't ball. That's how I take that. Like, God can show you better than you tell you. You gonna get back. You gonna get after your life's over. You gonna get back up to heaven. Like, well, after you remember everything you went through here and everything before you went through here, and be like, well, I tried. I tried. Cause what else can you say, bro? Like, a lot of niggas came down here and did horrible. And so who's to say what they were saying when they weren't in flesh? You feel me? They came to flesh and did terrible things. Horrible things. But you can't do terrible, horrible things outside of flesh. You see what I'm saying? So they could have been up there talking a big game. How holy and how faithful and how loyal they were. Came down here and just showed their ass, for real. I don't know. I just be thinking about shit. That's crazy, though.
So much temptation.
Wow.
I think that's what they may be referring to, right? If you can go to this planet that is just, it's left or right, black or white, yes or no, this just is such a divide. Temptation every single place that you look. And if you can get through that with a clear soul,
understanding,
a pure soul, come the end of it, you've passed that test, maybe. And maybe that is why aliens, ETs, UFOs, we're seeing this now. Maybe that is them overwatching, just going, how are they doing this? With this war of destruction, like hate, evil. And they're here and they're choosing to do this. It's fascinating.
And it's crazy that he's saying this because back onto my other theory, if it was true and then aliens don't have that test because they all look the same, they all have the same traits, they all have a lot of knowing knowledge for wherever they, like however much the creator gave them, but more than us, because they know that peace is probably the resolution. They know that everything that we go through is probably bullshit. But a lot of shit we go through is minuscule and based off of what we see and what we feel. So if everybody looked the same on Earth, nobody would be making fun of each other. Nobody, you know what I mean? But we don't see the inside, how we actually do look like each other on the inside. We see the outside shell. And the aliens, they just got it both. They got inside and outside. So it's just crazy to think like yeah, we all chose this test, and then the aliens, people, souls can choose where they want to go. They want to be an animal. That's like, I just think about that like that is wild. And then that's why animals' lifespans are so short, because they have like the hardest, maybe. And then, so once their souls return, then you can switch to another soul. Bro, this shit. And you switch to an alien because they have, like, they're just chilling, bro. Like, they don't have no real worries other than to, like, oversee maybe. And that's why they're angels or something. I don't know, bro. It's a lot to think about. It's so much.
Our planet is just love and
let
light
it play out, bro.
beauty.
Who knows?
Maybe that's why they're watching. Or she's batshit crazy. Before we go into looking into like, the UFOs and the alien footage again, but this one again is fantastic. Let's watch it and let's talk about it.
Right here is where this flying saucer, this UFO landed. There was a hatchway opening up in the top of it, just like the trunk of your car. And then there stood a little man holding up a jug, and he motioned he wanted to drink. He motioned for water. So I went to the basement to get this water. Then I looked up and I handed the jug up with both hands, and he gave me a salute with the back of his hand, a gesture of thanks, I presume. Well, I gave him my salute. What am I going to do? I noticed this little man, same size of a man, right beside the right side of the hatchway, cooking these pancakes. I pointed to him and made a gesture like eating. He didn't say a word. He just reached over and he got a handful of them, 4 of them, and he handed them down to me, and they were hot and greasy. If that was their food, God help them, because I took a bite of one of them and it tasted like a piece of cardboard. And if that's what they lived on, no wonder they're small.
What gets me is like, what is he gaining from any of this? The only thing that he's getting from it is potential ridicule and alienation from his, like, excuse the pun, from his family members or, you know, his village, city, wherever, town, wherever he's from. He's got no gain from this, I wouldn't imagine. And he seems so genuine. These are literally stories of being, like, in contact with an alien or a UFO. It's absolutely crazy. Way before you're going to get anything from it, like monetary value from this. I just thought that was such an amazing story. Now let's check out this video, which is a classic UFO over in Germany in 1993. This is amazing. Again.
Again.
Germany in 1993. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Again.
UFO. That shit looks crazy. Where's my lighter?
Schaut in ein UFO. UFO.
Looks like a tank in the sky. What the fuck? No telling.
I told you, right? That's crazy. And that seems so real, so genuine. And there was a couple of things about that. It's glowing up, right? And I remember listening to an interview of Boyd Bushman, right? Alien and UFO Week, day 1. I did a video on it, and it was him, basically the confession, right? And he mentioned in that confession that when UFOs are about to shoot off, they glow up. And that thing was glowing up like crazy. And there was another thing that I saw on the close-up at the top. It almost seemed like orbs, white orbs spinning or pulsating or doing something. Or it was either a light flashing on top, but it seemed like it was rotating, like 3, maybe 2 or 3 orbs rotating at the top of it. You know, go back and check it out. Now, I interviewed somebody a couple of months ago called John Stewart, and he dedicated like 30 years of his life into finding out about the alien interview, whether it was real or fake. It was an amazing podcast, and one of the things that I asked him on there was, why do these aliens have black eyes? And he went back and forth a little bit, and he was saying, like, why not? Why, you know, how do we know what aliens look like? Why don't they have black eyes?
Oh, shit.
And but there was one thing that he said on there, was that aliens have they're not actually their eyes. They're caps, almost like sunglasses that they put over their eyes. Now, this next video also shows you their caps or their black eye caps being removed. It's quite icky, so if you haven't got a great stomach, please look away. But I also asked ChatGPT, where is this idea, why is this idea going around that aliens, these grey aliens, have black eyes? One popular theory suggests the greys evolved on a planet with low light levels, such as one with a dim sun or a thick atmosphere. Larger eyes with expanded pupils would help them see better in the dark, similar to nocturnal animals on Earth, e.g. owls and cats. Proactive or artificial lenses. Some theories propose that the black appearance of their eyes is due to external covering, like protective lenses or even biomechanical implants. These would serve various purposes: reducing exposure to bright light, enhancing vision, infrared, ultraviolet or X-ray sight, acting as a biological interface HUD, like augmented reality. A bit like Terminator, how he sees things. The idea is something reinforced by claims from alleged alien abductees who describe greys removing their black eye coverings to reveal more normal eyes underneath. Physiological impact. Aesthetic design by the greys. If greys are bioengineering or genetically altering beings, their large dark eyes may be intentionally designed to appear non-threatening or hypnotic. Some abductees report feeling trance-like or paralyzed when looking into their eyes.
Non-threatening, nigga? Dark black, all black eyes. Non-threatening. That doesn't add up. I don't know what the fuck's behind that black eye. I don't know what the fuck you're thinking with just all black eyes. You can see, like, in your eye, you can just feel and see energy in people's eyes. If they're up to something. Or all black though, you can't tell nothing.
Leading to speculation that their eyes could be used for psychological control or telepathic influence. Now look at this.
Why is the video so fucking... Like, my whole thing is, if you're in possession of aliens, you're in a science lab. That means that you're funded, that you have money, because you must be behind some type of governmental... It's something with some type of bread. Why is your camera so shot, my nigga? All this equipment, you got all this safety equipment and all this shit, and you can't afford a fucking basic ass camera? Like, this shit, that's what making this shit just be, I be thinking like it's just made up, bro. Cause it's shot in 1942, bro. Dumb. Like, what did they shoot it with? The iPhone 1? No, the first Android, cause shit. The first iPhone would have been better than that.
So the Roswell 1947 ET retrieve.
Can't even see nothing.
That is pretty darn freaky.
Pretty darn blurry.
Blurry, black and white. You know, I get it, but there's still something about it that is pretty darn freaky. When that cap was removed and you saw how real-like that eye was. Now, one theory is that obviously ETs are watching over us. A lot of them are around nuclear power plants, things like that. Now, it could be that, you know, we've got more surveillance around those particular areas. This is why we capture them more, as Nick Pope said in the interview that I had with him. But yeah, one theory is that these ETs, these UFOs, these orbs are actually trying to help us, protect us from blowing up our own planet. This video here is a orb taking down some sort of missile with a laser. It's an amazing footage. If it's real, it doesn't seem fake.
Just think about it. All the planets in the universe, and we're here. They're coming here, and we haven't been able to go anywhere else successfully yet. Which leads me to believe, if they were trying to save us from blowing up the planet, it's because this planet is 1 in a fucking trillion. There's no other fucking planet this comfortable to walk on. Like, with the air pressure and the like God set this planet up and called it Earth for like this is Earth. Like there's no other Earth. There might be some similar out there, but there's nothing like this planet. So that's probably they're trying to preserve it. Because if there were other planets like this one, they wouldn't even give a fuck about this one. This one's already inhabited. But something about this Earth, and we're fucking it up. It's crazy.
I don't think it's been debunked yet. There's a lot of speculation. It's from movies, but it's like people saying it's from a movie. What movie? No one's saying what movie it's from. Okay, so what do you think? Now, I have to say, that UFO looked very similar, especially when it went straight on like that on the camera. It looked very similar to the one we just saw in Japan. What do you reckon? South Africa, 2003, one of the clearest UFO videos, I think, ever. Look at this.
Well, you see that little... Oh, that a bird. Oh, the bird.
What? They just disappeared, mate. Remember, this is before AI. And I know that these things can be done, but come on. That looked so legit. And boom, gone in an instant. And it was shaped very similar to what John Lennon said, right? Anyway, that's amazing. So that was the 10 UFO alien and interview videos, mate. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye, mate.
So I've been wanting to watch this video with y'all for a minute. I've been holding back, but I seen this shit. Oh, this ain't even the one. I'm gonna watch this one first, though. There's a couple videos.
Rivers are now turning into blood red color.
Can't wait to come and watch this with y'all, show y'all this shit. Like, bruh.
Today is 13 February 2025, and some
We already seen this last stream, though, for the people who watched this shit with me last time.
finally coming true. And for the very first time, people who have never believed in God are now finally panicking after witnessing the Bible prophecy coming true. But there is something even more terrifying that's happening right now, which has even made the non-believers see God for the very first time in the history ever. Now, before we get into what that one thing is that's making people finally believe in God, let's go ahead and take a look at all the prophecies that is currently spreading across the world in 2025. February 7, 2025, in Argentina, the river has officially gone red, which people across Argentina used to use as a drinking water source has now turned into this blood-like red color water, and scientists and officials are currently testing out on what really caused this water to turn into red color. Now, the Bible already states that there is a prophecy that's going to come true where the water is going to be turning into blood red color, and these waters are going to be poisoned where people will not be able to get any drinking water anymore. Or 1/3 of water in the world is going to be poisoned because of this red color phenomenon. Now, what's interesting about this is that it's not just Argentina, but it's also happening in Peru, where on February 4th, in Ramak River has also turned into red blood color. Now, take a look at this footage right here. It definitely seems like there is something crazy going on. Now, obviously, this is not blood But in fact, a lot of people have been saying that these are some sort of a symbolic signs that God is literally revealing before the second coming of Christ. Now, before we get into all of those details, the water turning red does not just end here. Because at the same time, this also took place in Japan, where apparently there was a coolant leak into the water and the entire river of Japan also ended up turning red blood color. And the same thing happened in Jerusalem, where the water has now turned into red blood color, and scientists have already run some tests on the water, and this is because of the algae that's present in the water that's combined with the iron oxide. So that's
It's because of this, it's because of that, but it's red, nigga, in 4 different places in the world, bro. That's saying something, bro. I only knew of 2, like Chile and Argentina. I didn't know about this shit. That is wild.
probably what is creating this red blood color. But then obviously these are natural phenomena. These are the
God is the natural phenomenon you're talking about.
The end times. Now the list doesn't end here, because the same thing also happened in China, where the government is now claiming it seems like people have been dumping some illegal substances into the water, which is probably why it might have turned into red color, is what the government is saying. But then of course it also seems
the government is saying this about every place. It's probably because of people. No, nigga, they're covering shit up, bro. They already know what's going on, bro. And they covering shit up. So, yeah.
another sign of
pretty much
of all the waters that is turning into red color.
That's
what's
wild. That's 5 places, bro.
Happened on February 10th in Iran, in a place called Hormuz Island, where the water has also turned red blood color. So these are all the different parts of the world that are currently
another place
water turning into red blood colors. That is also exactly what the Bible says, where it says in Revelation chapter 16 verse 4, and the third angel poured out his vial upon the river in fountains of water, and they became blood. And at the same time, it also states that the third angel will blow the horn, and there fell a great star from the heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the river and upon the fountains of water. And the name of this star is called wormwood. And the third part of the water became wormwood, and many men died of the water because they were made bitter. Obviously, we've already been seeing the water turning red into blood-like color, but at the same time, NASA has just reported that there is a massive asteroid that is heading towards Earth, and it's going to be hitting Earth in the year 2032. And that's also what the Bible has been stating, that the same thing is going to be happening in a very short time, where there will be a great star that's going to be coming down from heaven, and this massive burning rock is going to be striking Earth, and it's also going to be contaminating all of our waters, where everything is going to be poisoned and we can't drink from these waters anymore. Now take a look at some of the things that people have noticed.
It's February 7th, and another river has turned to blood. And by the way, while these rivers are turning red like blood, there is all sorts of insane stuff happening around the earth that I'm about to show you. And when I say insane, I mean things that...
I mean, look at the entire river. That is literally blood red in color. And that's just not normal, guys.
Don't normally happen. It was cute yesterday when people were trying to say the Peru River turned to blood because iron oxide or something. This one is in Argentina. I told you, you're going to throw out all those baseless claims. This is not normal. And like I told you yesterday, when the waters turn to blood in the Bible, it was always a very fearful thing of God's judgment. Whether we're talking the Exodus or in the Great Tribulation. And while these rivers are turning in...
And I'll be trying to talk to people about this recently, about the Bible and our interpretations. And also in the Bible it says, don't lean on your own understanding. So, meaning, based off of what you know, don't go off of just what you know, based off of what you know. Don't lean on that. Like, be open to understanding more in things differently. Like, don't just be like, that's a light. You know what I mean? Be like, break it down. There's other ways to understand things. So when the Bible says the rivers will turn blood, maybe they're just talking about the color, and you know what I mean? Because back then people didn't break down I don't know what people did back then, but I would assume they didn't break down how the water would turn red. They would just identify it as red as in blood. You know what I mean? So, food for thought.
With the blood, we're hearing ridiculous sounds coming from the heavens. Scary sounds. Check them.
I know, a lot of people have also been saying that they've been claiming that they're hearing sounds from the sky, which kind of sounds like some sort of a trumpet. Now, obviously, we don't know if this is what people are claiming it is, but then take a look at this stuff.
And owls hooting. It is insane, crazy.
That's crazy.
Can he turn his ambient volume out?
And they're not like stopping. They don't stop. They just keep. It feels like they.
But then obviously a lot of people would claim that if
Can't
there's
hear
a
nothing
trumpet
but his
from the
fucking
heaven,
background
then the
music.
entire world would hear it. So this kind of just takes this whole thing out of the picture, and this is already proven that it is not the trumpet from heaven, because when the trumpet is blown, everybody in the world is going to be able to hear it.
That's
but then
true.
before everyone else hears it, people who have already given their lives to Christ are going to be the first ones that will be able to hear this trumpet within their own spiritual nature. And that's where the Bible prophecies are getting interesting, because right now on February 7th, something crazy happened in Antarctica, where nobody ever expected that Antarctica, out of all the places, will also be seeing the same phenomenon happen at the same exact time, where all the rivers are now turning into blood red color. And this obviously is not coincidence. And you know, scientists have already tested out the water, and they say that it's probably because of the iron oxide that's present in the water that's like combining with the oxygen, and it's probably just creating this whole red blood color. But take a look at what's currently going on in Antarctica, because Antarctica's unusual blood falls is what they call it, which is flowing all the way from glacier into valleys. And these are some of the photos that's been taken, and it literally looks like a blood red color. And it's deep in Antarctica, and they've already named it as the Blood Falls Glacier, which is pouring out crimson water, a haunting sight. Scientists have said that it's probably because of the iron-rich water oxidizing as it meets with the air, and it's probably like rusting out. But there could also be a much deeper meaning to all of this stuff. We have a couple more pictures here where the Bible also speaks about the same thing, where it states that where God will be turning water into blood as a sign of judgment and a call for repentance, which is mentioned in Exodus chapter 7 verse 20 and Revelation chapter 16 verse 4. While this phenomenon has a natural explanation, that it serves as a striking reminder of how creation echoes biblical truth. Now just take a look at this water and tell me how in the world does it not look like blood? And this is happening out of all the places in the world in Antarctica. And everything, the entire glacier water is now turning red in color. Because obviously it's not just about the water turning red, because we have some more crazy things that's also happening at the same time right now. Because just take a look at what scientists have now confirmed is happening to our moon. Because this right here is the official website of NASA, where they have now said that the moon is rusting. And apparently they caught a heat signature image of what the moon currently looks like, and it seems like all of these red spots that you're seeing in the moon, this probably seems like the moon is completely rusting every single year, and over time it seems like the moon is turning into red color. Just take a look at this video, which is from the Gospel of Love on Instagram, where he actually explains on what's going on with the moon.
This was never supposed to happen. And yes, a biblical deadly event is happening right now to our moon, and there may be nothing left for us very soon. NASA was shocked when a man had taken over 2,000 extremely high-resolution photos of...
Look at that stuff, guys. It's literally just turning into oranges, rustic, reddish color. And that's basically what's happening. And it's also something that the Bible has already predicted.
Spots of the moon turning blood red, and scientists are terrified. The Bible in Joel 2 talks about the sun turning into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and the terrible day of when the Lord comes.
Now obviously keep this in mind, that God already said that he's going to be turning the moon into blood. Now that basically means that the moon is going to be turning into red color. So that's kind of the symbolization that God used in order to refer that the moon is going to be turning into blood red. And this could also be the same case for all the water that we are seeing that is currently turning into red blood color as well, because that could also end up being some sort of a symbolization where God said that he's going to turn it into red blood color, and it's going to be some sort of a sign that people are are supposed to look at it, and it's going to be a wake-up call in order to strengthen our faith and start repenting for our sins, because we are so close to the final judgment day that is coming up. Because all the evidence are definitely stating that we seem to probably be very close to the final judgment day. The things, however, does not end with just this. Now, the Bible also states that before Jesus comes back, there is going to be a massive sign that the entire world will be able to see that this is indeed one of the biggest prophecies that's coming true, which is the Euphrates River that is now completely drying up. Because this right here is what the Euphrates River used to look like before, but now looking at the way that it's completely getting dried up every single year, this is what was recorded in 2021, and currently in 2025 it looks even more drier than what you're looking at in the picture. Let's take a look at what's really going on in Euphrates River.
The Euphrates
right now.
River continues to dry up as prophesied within the Bible. This is an amazing footage I came across from 2020 in comparison to 2021 in the same spot. You'll see right now, here's 2020. You'll see how full it is, and you'll see here in a moment.
So this is basically how it looks like in 2020, and over time you'll see how it kind of just completely
level that
changes.
It's dropped to. Just absolutely seeing Bible prophecy in front of our eyes. And this we...
So just take a look at this. The water is like all the way up till the roof of this building.
No, will come to pass because of Revelation 16:12, when the sixth angel pours out his vial on the river Euphrates, and the water therefore is dried up, so the kings of the east can be prepared. So that was 2020, and as you can see here, 2021, and the river is completely dried up. We aren't at the part of Revelation where the angels are pouring out their vials, but it's moving towards this.
This is the same location. Like I said, look at this place. It was completely filled with water, and it was filled almost at the roof level of this building, and right now it's completely dry. There is literally barely any water that you can see on the land. This is the current level of what Euphrates River
God
looks like.
giving a warning for people to actually see that the Bible is real and to get their hearts completely right before the angel pours his vial on the river and it's completely dried up, and the four angels that are bound there are loosed. That will cause absolute havoc upon the earth, as mentioned in Revelation 9:13 through 15.
Now, I don't know how many of you guys have already read the scriptures, but it seems like bad things are going to be happening when the river completely dries up, because some angel is going to be dropping some sort of a vial from heaven in this completely dried up Euphrates River, and that's going to be breaking open the ground, and there are these 3 or 4 fallen angels that God has chained them up all the way down beneath the Euphrates River, and he basically sunk the whole place, and that's probably why we had a river for all these years. But now it seems like they are going to get released, and once they do, they're going to be killing 1/3 of the entire humankind. It seems like one of the biggest prophecies of all time, the Euphrates River, has now officially come true. Now, obviously, it's just a couple of years from now before this river completely decides to go dry, because this is not only written in the Bible, but it's also in the Quran, and that's like the majority of religion all around the world. It's not just this, guys, because the Bible also prophesies that Israel is going to be finding 3 red heifer cows, which they will be using in order to sacrifice these cows, which are spotless, and they're going to be looking red in color. And obviously we might think, how's that even possible? How are cows going to look red in color, right? I know, but it seems like that has once again come true as well, because in Texas, it seems like a Christian cattle farmer noticed that his cow gave birth to exactly 3 red heifers, which are completely spotless, and they are red in color. So as soon as they saw these calves, they realized that this is exactly what the prophecies have been saying, and the local church came down to take a visit at these cows, and they saw that yes, it's exactly what was described in the Bible. So they ended up contacting Israel in order to ship these 3 red heifers all the way to Israel so that the prophecies can be fulfilled. And currently Israel has the 3 red heifers, which is also mentioned in the Bible, that they're going to be sacrificing these 3 heifers in order to use their ashes in all the equipments that's going to be used when they're going to be building the 3rd temple in Jerusalem. Which obviously we know that there is a massive war going on in Israel, and it's obviously about the religious war, and they're basically trying to take over Gaza, and all of this war that's going on right now is basically all because of this 3rd temple that Israel wants to be constructing, and obviously other reasons are being used in order to indulge between the feud that all of these nations are having, and the main reason is only because they want their promised lands back, and they want to be building the 3rd temple after sacrificing these 3 red heifers and fulfilling the prophecy that is mentioned mentioned in the Bible, because they believe that only when they do this, their Messiah is going to be coming back once again, which is the second coming of Jesus Christ. Another very interesting thing that's really happening as of now, this fish right over here, which is a fish that only lives all the way deep inside the ocean. It never comes all the way up to the shore, but for some reason, it seems like this fish, which is known as the black demon, also known as the anglerfish, it is now swimming all the way from deep ocean to the shore side for God knows what reason. It seems like they are afraid of something that's living deep inside the water. But obviously, take a look at this video. It's very interesting.
Like no, because why is the black demon, aka anglerfish, coming up from the depths of the sea? This fish lives 6,000 feet below the surface. It would have taken this fish days to travel to the surface. I mean,
true.
Days, even
Or
weeks
weeks.
maybe, because they get the bends just like we do. Hold on, let's get closer so I can really explain to you why I'm terrified of this. What the fuck is down there in the deep ocean that made this scared?
I mean, look at this stuff, man. It's one of those terrifying predator fish that doesn't come all the way up in the shore. It only lives way deep in the ocean, and it never comes all the way up here because that is just not usual. But apparently it is happening. They seem to be afraid of something, probably just a vogue. Some people say that it's the Leviathan, which according to the Bible is a massive serpent that is still alive inside the ocean.
And want to come up to the surface. We haven't explored 91% of the ocean. There is no telling what is down there. We've never even been to the deep sea.
That is
because
true.
it's too dark and too cold. Little Mama had, though, and she said, nope, I'm leaving. Are thousands, if not millions, of unknown species in the deep sea. What did she see that made her go to the surface? Because these fish don't, this is the first time ever in history we have seen a live anglerfish, and it didn't live for much longer. She passed away like 2 hours later.
Wow.
Something terrifying is down there.
And just take a look at what's going on right now. Look at the amount of fish that has literally come out into the ocean. Now tell me, how is all of this even normal? It doesn't look normal, guys. It really doesn't look normal. The sound effect is very terrifying as well. And it definitely seems like they are terrified of something that's all the way deep down. And it's not just the normal fish, right? Because obviously when it comes to normal fish, people might think it's just some sort of, heavy wave that just pulled them all the way down here. Why is the one fish, the species which never comes all the way up to the shore, coming all the way to the shore? And if you type this exact coordinates, which I will leave down below in the description or in the pinned comments, then you will come across a massive sea creature that a lot of people have been claiming is known to be the Leviathan. Now just take a look at this stuff. If you zoom all the way down here, this is where the location is going to be taking you. Now just simply zoom out a little bit. It's all the way near Antarctica, by the way. And if you zoom it out a little bit slowly, you'll notice that there is some sort of a massive serpent head that you can literally see. Now this was something that was never seen before, and scientists are claiming that it's just nothing, it's just a rock, just a mountain, nothing to worry about. But obviously we know that the government doesn't allow us to even see what's going on in Antarctica. They have pretty much just blocked this whole location out of the Google Earth or Google Maps. You can't see anything that's going on behind the walls of Antarctica. That's the eyes, right? This is like the one eye and the second eye, and then this literally looks like a massive serpent face, man. And this thing just came out of the water slight bit, and it's probably what a lot of people are saying, that it seems like the fish and the species that are living underwater kind of just felt the presence, very similar to what we see in the Godzilla movie, because they fear this massive titan that is coming out of water after all these years. So that's probably what a lot of people are saying. And, even the most terrific species on water, which lives all the way deep down, is actually scared of something that's living underneath. And even the non-believers are terrified of something that's currently going on, which the Bible claims is the 7 trumpets. There will be signs that's going to be shown across the world. Now the first trumpet basically states that when it is blown, green grass and 1/3 of the trees are going to be completely burned up. And this was mentioned in Revelation chapter 8 verse 7. And just take a look at what's already been going on in the California fire, Los Angeles fire. Everything basically just burned down. Obviously I know a lot of people are going to be saying it's just the American thing, it's not something that's happening all around the world. But you also need to take a look at what's actually happening in the Amazon rainforest.
Has been burning for 3 weeks, sending cities up to 1,700 miles away into darkness. Images emerged on Monday of Sao Paulo in the afternoon, black.
And just take a look at how everything is literally just burned down. Like half of the forest is literally burned down. Look at this whole thing.
Turned day into night in São Paulo.
And this is how the Amazon rainforest looks like on the map itself. It's completely burned down. Like 50% of it is completely burned down, and we can't really do anything about it. So obviously the Bible prophecies are coming true in terms of what the first trumpet has already mentioned, that 1/3 of Earth's green grass and trees are going to end up being burnt. And on the second trumpet, the thing that we're going to be seeing is that 1/3 of sea and river and waters are going to become blood red in color, and 1/3 of ships and sea life are also going to be destroyed. That sea and rivers and lakes are now turning into red blood color, and that is the sign that we're going to be seeing after the second trumpet is going to be blown, which means that we already have seen that the first trumpet is already blown, and we already faced all of those consequences, and now we're heading towards the second trumpet, and we're already seeing all the different signs. And the third trumpet is even more deadlier, because the third trumpet says that the 1/3 of water is going to turn bitter. And how is that going to happen? Well, the Bible also states that there is going to be something, a star, that is going to be landing on Earth, which is going to contaminate the entire water source. Now, obviously, NASA has already confirmed that there is going to be a massive asteroid that's heading towards Earth. And currently, it's said that there are chances of this asteroid crashing on Earth in the year 2032. So probably the asteroid could be one of those signs, or maybe it's not the asteroid, maybe it's something else as well. But it seems like the water is going to get contaminated, and we will have a massive issue for drinking water all over the world. And on the fourth trumpet, it gets even more crazier, because 1/3 of sun and moon is going to be shut off, pretty much like an eclipse where you're not going to be having any sunlight. And also it said the moon is going to be turning red in color. Now obviously we've already seen that the moon is rusting. Now it's not completely red in color, but then over time, over the years, I'm pretty sure that the moon is going to be turning red in color. So that's probably what we're going to be witnessing on the fourth trumpet. On the fifth trumpet, it seems like locusts are going to be coming down, which are like these creatures that kind of just eat up every single field, which the Bible states that it's some sort of an insect that kind of has a face like a beast. It's going to be eating up 1/3 of all the crops across the world, and we humans are going to be starving with no food supply, and we're not going to have any agriculture that's going to be working well. And that's basically going to leave us humans with no food and a lot of starvation and a lot of issues with how countries are going to be able to manage in terms of getting supplies, with all of these locusts just flying across the world and destroying almost 1/3 of all of our food supply. And on the sixth trumpet, we're going to be seeing a 200 million man army, which will be marching across this field called the Armageddon. Now, for those of you guys who don't know what Armageddon is, it's basically this field which is located near Israel, in which the Bible says that the Antichrist will be forming an organization, and this is going to be the organization who will combine their forces, and they will have over 200 million soldiers during the end days, and this is going to be like the final battle. Now, take a look at what's currently going on with the BRICS formation, which is exactly done by 5 of the most powerful countries in the world, which is number 1, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So these are supposed to be like the 5 kings, and beneath them they also have 7 different nations of alliance, and now they call it as the G7 summit, where the G7 stands for the group of 7 nations. And that is basically something we have already read in the Bible, which means that the war that is going to be taking place in the Armageddon field is going to be done with the help of this group, which a lot of people are already suspecting that it is indeed the BRICS, and they currently have over 200 million soldiers. And with BRICS combining all of their army and all of their soldiers, this means that they have over 200 million soldiers. I think it's basically going to be fulfilling the Bible prophecy of end times. And I just love how accurate the whole thing is, because the Bible says that it's going to be 5 kings and 7 nations from the east that are going to be marching all the way to the Armageddon battle, and that's exactly what BRICS is all about. On the 7th trumpet, we're going to be hearing the good news, because on the 7th trumpet, kingdom of God is going to be opening, which means that the second coming of Christ is going to be happening. It states that the heavens doors are going to be opening out in the clouds, and the entire world will be witnessing Jesus come down on a white horse. And what happens after that is basically the end of this world. People who have never even believed in God or never ever believed in the Bible or the prophecies are now for the very first time realizing, and they are scared, and they're starting to wonder after seeing all of these different proof and evidence of these prophecies coming true exactly as it is mentioned in the Bible. They are finally deciding to learn about the Bible, to learn about the scriptures. And that's also something the Bible states, that during these signs and all the things that's going to be happening around the world, and out of all the people, some people will indeed change, who have never believed in God before, but then after watching all of these signs, they will indeed get close to God. So I would honestly love to hear from you guys, whatever you have to say. Leave your thoughts down below in the comments. If you guys did go on and enjoy this video, support this video, because it takes a lot of effort in order to just sit here, and I probably think I've been recording this video for like an hour and a half, and then editing this video and then giving you guys like all the formed information. It's really not easy. So I would really appreciate it if you guys could just take a few seconds of your valuable time, drop a like on this video. It really goes a long way. It helps me as a creator, helps this video reach more people. So if you could just do that, I would really appreciate it. And also, if you guys want to see more conspiracy theories and a lot of different content like aliens, and going deep into some of the historical stuff and basically things that's happening around the world. And also, my channel is a gaming channel. What a surprise. So I also cover gaming videos often. So this channel is basically having a lot of different content. So if that's something you guys are interested in, and if you want to support me as a creator, and if you're interested in watching these videos, only then make sure to go ahead and subscribe and turn the notifications on. If you're not interested to watch any of my other videos, and this is the only video.
We get it. At this point, if they subscribe, they ain't going to. But no, I'm just talking shit. But hey, look, I appreciate y'all. I'm fucking tired. My body needs to lay down. But I will be back on tomorrow in the morning. Well, afternoon, sort of the morning. Damn, it's 4 in the morning. Shit. Appreciate you guys for watching. Hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.